Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss and welcome back to Viscera. So, this is a bit of a different one here. This is just by Dylan Winter, a map by 4Cant, who I've never done maps from before. Not that I'm a great connoisseur of different map makers, but this is not a one I've tried before, and make a bit of a... And it seemed a bit different to me. Tiny rooms, and there's like at least 4 of these levels that I could see on here, and this is not the original one they made, but a revised one. But it seemed kind of interesting because you can sort of see what... Oh, weird echo there. What a goddamn mess is in here. I think the suggestion is that the rooms are both tiny and stuffed. Good start. Oh my god, I'm 63 years old. Oh, I'm too old for this. You may have entered this room with joy in your eyes, but everything will change. The walls will promise. You have to be carefully move around. And carefully. The slightest explosion and your work is ruined. Well, you've already exploded something in there. Oh my Christ. Look at the state of this. What are we supposed to do with it? That's what I mean. This is why I like it, because it's supposed to be something quite different. Hold on. Oh no. No, I'm caught on the thing. I'm caught on the map. Okay, 1 second. I can't push that switch. No. Just Okay, we can go in here. Not that it seems to be any help, really, but I guess we can use that as a dropping off point for, like, something. Because what's causing the problem isn't the rubbish on the floor, it's the barrels and things. Oh, the furnace is here, look! Okay, well... I'm sorry for screaming like that there, but... Wow. I couldn't help it. What a disaster. Okay, so we need to do the usual thing, which is... Yeah, whatever. We need to do the usual thing. This might be a map where you have to stack things. That's entirely possible. Are we in like a little shack or something? Like some disgusting little hoarder's shack. Agatha Christie. No, not Agatha Christie, but Agatha Christie. We might have to stack things, but I doubt it. Well, we'll find out. If I've just disposed of something I need to stack, well, there you go. That's just how it is. Can you not box? Go. No, not in the furnace. But I thought legs were bad. Behave yourself. Yeah, so I just thought this was a... I'm stuck. I'm stuck again. I thought this was a lovely idea. There's a... What's the game that's out right now that I've not played yet? There's one that's called Unpacking or something like that. I've seen a few of the bigger channels. Careful, playing it sort of thing. It seems like a good game for that sort of YouTuber to do. But, like, you know, you've got to pack things away nicely, but you don't have to. I think from that game, you don't have to do it in a particular way. You just, well, you do. No, there's no rules about where you have to put it. It's just a matter of putting it away all away nice and neatly. This is very satisfying, by the way. Slowly clearing things away. I would love to put you in the bin, in the furnace, but I shan't. And we'll save that there as well. I don't suppose we can open this. Oh, we can put you straight in there, Agatha. Get in there. There we go. Yeah, so this feels a little bit like that. It's a novel idea that it's... I'm not sure how close that can get to the furnace before being being burnt. I'm trying to think what it feels like if I've done something a bit like this before with like really limited. It's tickling my brain about something. I don't know what it is though. Something feels very familiar here. About working in a very limited space, or I don't know. I'll see if it comes back to me later. But there's a definite feeling of, yeah. But I like it though. I like the idea. The problem here is not that, of course, you're moving stuff around a big area, because some of the big Viscera maps, you know what they're like. You know, you're lugging things across miles and miles, and maybe the map creator has has not given you the best way of moving things between levels and areas. But this is not like that at all. This is more that there's just so much junk in here. You've got to get everything out of the way to move it. Oh, I know what it's a bit like. It's a little bit like, okay, there's a classic Japanese game, you know, like Sudoku and the others. Make it there, Mariana. Sudoku and the others, the Japanese games, and Sudoku is the Japanese name for that game. It might get called something else sometimes. Or rather, Sudoku tends to keep its name, but there are other games that have similar lineages to Sudoku, like Kokura and the rest, and well, I was about to say there, Picross. There are ones that get given anglified names, and Picross is the anglified name for the one I can't remember, which is the original Japanese one, you know. And there's games like that. And what I'm aiming at here is that there is another game, Japanese game, that is about, it's like the warehouse type game where you've got a bunch of boxes or barrels. Oh shit! Sorry, I know. I know I don't normally swear, but that in a place like this, a stack of dynamite, great. That's going to be wonderful, isn't it? Even that noise is now freaking me out because it sounds like the dynamite's about to blow. We're going to have to find somewhere safe to keep that. It's going to go in here eventually, but not while these things are around. Yeah, so there's an original game from Japan, which is one of you nerds will be able to tell me probably, which is the warehouse game where you're going to move boxes and barrels and things around, and they get in each other's way. Okay, and you've got to tidy things. You've got to get the blocks to a particular location, and they get in each other's way. So you've got to move them in a very particular order and rotate them around so that it all works. And this feels a little bit like that, where I've got to shuffle things around so that I don't, in this case, cause an explosion and make even more mess. Let's hide the dynamite behind there so I forget about it. That'd be a great idea. Feels a little bit like that. I wish I could remember the original name. It's not. It'd be an S. I do remember that originally in NetHack. How you doing, Boney? Oh dear. That there was a level in NetHack that it was a random. Was it always in there? I can't remember. Yeah, it was a level that was always in NetHack. Some of the levels in NetHack were random. Other ones would always occur in particular places, and you had to roll boulders around. Hands smug of. How did you lot die in here, by the way? I wish I could move this box out of the way, but I don't think I can. I can't quite get in there because the ceilings are so low. We'll leave you there, Hans. Come back to you in a minute. Yeah, it was a level where you had to roll boulders around and make them drop into pits in the right way. And you had to do it in a certain order, and you couldn't pull the boulders backwards and things like that. It was... and when they used to talk about... When people used to talk about NetHack, the experts used to talk about it, they would refer to it by its proper name. I'm sure it begins with an S. I can't remember. I don't know. What's happened over here? Broken glass. Do we get to replace that? Do we get to repair that? We probably can't go outside, can we? I wouldn't have thought. Wow. Okay. We are definitely going to start running out of room, aren't we? Where is the... I don't suppose there's a bin dispenser, but I presume there's a bucket dispenser in here somewhere. Where's its familiar shape? Oh, it's over there, look. It's over in the corner. It's a Zilla Enterprises one. It's interesting. I mean, I can't do much else. I can't really do it in a more logical way. I can't... Actually, you know, I was complaining about the broom in the last game. This might be a good place for the broom use, actually. Not that I've got one, of course, but it might be an idea. Because let's not run around me. Let's stay calm. Because it could be a way of moving things around, but although you can bump things very easily. And it could be that you'll just cause more problems by doing that. Right, you can just go in the bin, can't you? Don't worry about you. I didn't actually see... I didn't read anything about this map. I didn't see any rules for it. It just didn't suggest it to me, and it seemed like a good idea. Got the gist of it very quickly. So I might be doing this all terribly wrong. Oh, glass. It's so nice to get rid of you easily. There we go. I might be doing this all wrong, and I just shouldn't be doing it like this at all, but... I shouldn't be throwing away, like, those radio pieces or whatever else, but... It's fine. It's weird not to have to mop. I know that when Rampage plays, you know, she's told me before now that when she does it, she doesn't... she'll wait to the end, so put everything in the... Maybe she's changing that. Put everything in the bin, and then mop after, which I think is... Or maybe it was Angel said that, I can't remember. One of you deviants does it, and I was like horrified by it. Absolutely horrified by the idea of that. It's like someone saying, how do you put your milk on your cereal? Do you put your milk in first and then your cereal, or vice versa? And what is wrong with you? You put your cereal in first, then you add the milk. Otherwise, how much milk do you need to put in there? You put too much milk in, that's no fun. You know, you can't do it in that order. Although I did once read an explanation about why someone might do that. Are there any sort of containers in here, like a big bin or something, I can just throw things into, and then tip them into the furnace? No, that'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, bloody map makers, they're all monsters. They are, all of them, every last one of them. Sadistic is what they are. Yeah, so a book I read years ago is one of my favourite books, really good, which is called, which I won't be able to remember the name of now, and it's not come down from my book storage yet, so I can't look up at my shelves and find it. It's, I want to say Cryptomnicon or something like that, or something similar. Something like, it's about code breaking. It's partly made up code breaking book that hovers between World War II and the modern day, and that's not actually that important right now. Don't worry about that particularly. It is the fact is that there's the main character in the future has an obsession with cereal. He's an obsessive kind of character, and he likes Captain Crunch. And I don't know much about Captain Crunch. My American colleagues certainly do, I'm sure, but his obsession is about having the perfect bowl of cereal, and he's a right IT geeky maths nerd, so you know it's part of that personality as well, I guess. So I don't need to move you. Why am I getting this urge to move you? There's just no point. You are perfectly fine. You're safe there. Why move you from where you are? Anyway, so his obsession with having perfect cereal is, what does he do again? Makes the milk... Okay, so the series was making the milk particularly cold. Colder than you would normally. Almost to the point of freezing, but monitoring it carefully. So it's really cold. Colder than a normal fridge, but not so cold that it freezes. Okay. Next, what he does then is he puts the milk in the bowl first. And the idea is this. Well, okay. Puts the milk... And then puts some Captain Crunch cereal into the bowl with the milk. But only some, and eats it like that. And the point is here that you're doing it. You're putting the cereal in the bowl because that way the cereal doesn't get soggy, because it gets soggy really fast. You know, this cereal. Hold on, what's that say? Barrels. Okay. Don't worry about that at the end. That'd be the last thing I'll be doing around here. Is rearranging things. Yeah, puts a little bit... The cereal gets soggy really fast, so puts a little bit of cereal in there at a time, eats it, and then carries on like that. Yeah, until... I presume until he's had enough cereal. I don't know if he works out... I don't know if he measures out the cereal first. And then the book didn't go into it that much, but as far as that part. But do you already work out how much cereal do you want, or just eat until you're full? I don't know. It sounds like a diabetes in the offing there. But yeah, that's the idea. That's why it's to maintain the super crunch, because that, to him, is the most important thing about the cereal. Is the crunchiness, and I guess I can sort of get that. I can get that idea. It seems reasonable. Obsessive, slightly, you know, taking something to the nth degree. That's sort of how personality is. What am I? Do you not stop me? Can you? When I start on these conversations, can you not monitor me or something? You know, have an intervention, because I just, when I know I can really go off the track, sometimes, you know, how did I get the cereal? I've gone through Japanese puzzle games, books and cereal, and goodness knows what else. I don't know. That's not what I wanted to do. My brain and my conversation needs to be monitored. I don't know. It's like it's like a free roaming brain. I've got a free range brain. I don't restrict it. You know, let it do what it wants to do, and it wander where its will. Although I'm not actually sure if that's the brain or the mouth or part of the brain. Have I had this conversation before? I probably have. Which part of the brain is it? It's the I haven't watched them for a long time. Actually, I saw a bit of them today. I used to watch a lot more of the Yogscast, the original Yogscast. And one of the things that they came up with in there, what's this? Error. That's what my brain is mostly saying, I think. Was Sips and Shin in there talking about just nonsense. And one of the things they used to say was Lego talk. And the point of Lego talk was it was nonsense. You as a child, you'd be playing with the Lego with your friends. And your brain is the mechanically structurally minded part of your brain is analysing and doing things with the Lego, building the thing that you want to build. The rest of your brain is then free roaming to talk about what you want, and inevitably what comes out is nonsense, usually entertaining nonsense. But it's a different sort of conversation. It's other stuff. Am I making you sick doing this, but it's just a constant running backwards and forwards? It's probably not a very interesting view for you, just me doing this, or maybe it is, I don't know. Hard to tell from only my perspective. Yeah, and that's, I think, what my brain does. It does the Lego talk. It just does what it wants. It wanders freely and sees what avenues it may head down or up. I tell you what is nice about this as well, is that it's the progress. I know every Viscera level is the progress. I think that's what appeals to most people. It's the progress from a goddamn mess to something nicer. I mean, this is never going to be that nice. It's a dirty little shack in the woods. It's like, it's more akin to like Rust Station and the others, where you can do as much mopping as you... And there's the broom we were talking about. You can do as much mopping as you like. But you know what? It's never going to look nice, because it's a filthy old industrial station, or it's the sewer level, and it's never going to get that clean. But the point is, you go from a place of chaos and disorder and mess, and you restore order to some degree. And that's the I think that's what most people find satisfying about the game. Yeah? And maybe every one of your brains is doing the equivalent of my rambling conversation, but in your head. You've not gone so far as to be stupid enough to think someone else might be interested and put it on the internet and record it. But there you go. That's me for you. Yeah, so I can't grab these broken ones. They're kind of frustrating. Should I burn them out? Well, I'll have to test them at the end. There's a lawnmower out there. We do appear to be in a garden shed, aren't we? We're in a garden shed. We're in someone's disgusting end of garden shed. Yeah. What the sort of... I mean, obviously the garden should have a serial killer of some sort, because the random array of stuff I fully agree with. As any good dad shed should contain it. But the bodies... Possibly not. I don't know. I think one of the levels, I was sort of half reading some of the descriptions of the different tiny rooms of us. I think one of them contains no bodies or blood. It's just about stuff. I might be wrong. I think I might have read that, which is also interesting. Doesn't have to be blood and guts. Obviously, there are enough things in here, like these nasty chemicals, that can make a goddamn mess everywhere. Oh. Shh. I didn't mean to do that, actually. I was just thinking. No, okay. Am I mixing these up? I haven't played the game. I know I played the game recently, but I haven't played the levels recently with these sort of goo in there. Is that just goo, Or was that the acid vial? It's not an acid vial, is it? I was just thinking, do you think there's some graffiti in here? That's what acid's for, isn't it? You take the acid and you get rid of graffiti with it. Well, we'll find out in a minute if I can't clear it up. Won't we? Yeah, so... Come on, me. Let's sort this out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the amount of blood is a bit much. But I can understand the mess. The random mess in the shed. My shed doesn't look like this. Although it is a very awkward shape. I have a long, narrow shed, is what I have. I have a proper dad. I have a dad. I think really good dad sheds are a little bit odd, as far as that goes. I think it's just one of the things because it's a very personal thing. So I've got a long, thin, narrow. I've got two sheds joined together. I've got a Gemini shed because I had a long, thin gap to fit it into. But it's full of every bit of random junk that I tend to collect. You know when you buy a TV or a monitor, and not the monitor, no, not the TV, a support stand for a monitor or a TV. Yeah, one you can hang on your wall or just something else. Particularly the ones that hang on the wall. They make these to work with, many different sorts of TV or monitor, and therefore they provide a big pack of. What they do these days? They buy a big pack of bolts. It's a big bag of plastic. It's a plastic long container, and in that container it has all different sorts of bolts in there. It has, skinny ones and short ones and long ones and thin ones, because there's a certain set of bolt holes that go in the back of normal tellies and monitors. Yeah, so you've got the option there. It's a classic for the throwaway society because most of them are not needed and they will go in the bin. But you take out the particular ones you want for your TV, and you use them and you chuck the rest away, or hopefully you recycle them. But you don't use them. I don't. I keep them, and I use them when appropriate because they're standard size bolts. Why they're standard size bolts? Occasionally, there's a bin. Oh, hello there. Hello, little fella. There's a body back there as well. Oh, there is some flipping graffiti. Look over there. Can I dispense? Oh, is there a dispenser in here? Oh no. Oh no. Is there a dispenser? Tell me there is. How am I going to know? Is it only... Oh, there's my box over there. Still with the... No, I took the crystal out, didn't I? Oh no. Have I beansed it all up? I don't know. We'll find out. Don't throw any more green stuff away. Don't let me throw any more green stuff away. You watch me, okay? You shout at me if I am. Bugger. Well, I think there's a couple left in here anyway that I can use, maybe. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, hello. That's nice. Don't put the dynamite in there, me. No dynamites in the bin. At least not yet. We'll have that fun at the end. Yeah, so I keep bolts like that because they are sort of generally standard sizes, but not... Have you ever tried to buy like a pack of bolts? You ever used like a bolt for something weird, like, or you've lost one or something, or you need to... You have to buy either a ridiculously large pack, or you buy... or you buy a very small amount for a ridiculous amount of money. Is what happens. Was it people like killed by gunfire in the shed? Because there are so many bullet holes in the shed. I can only think someone came in here with a gun, and it was full of... the shed was full of janitors, and you've gone round and killed them all with a gun inside the shed.